What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. I got a pretty interesting video to talk about today, and it's a really interesting concept. I haven't really seen a whole lot of it being talked about. I tried to see if there was anybody that had done some videos on it already, but something that's kind of just somebody sent it to me on Instagram a while back, and they said, "Hey, I really would like to get your take on this particular subject." But it's something I've been wanting to do. I kind of did a little research ahead of time, but before we kind of jump into any of that, I want to just a quick word for CardHedge. If you're not familiar with CardHedge, it's an online pricing analysis and collection management tool. You guys see me use it all the time on the channel. I use it to check the value and market trends of different cards that I have. You can check the value of raw cards or graded cards from all the top grading companies. They have all that information pulled there on the site. Online pricing analysis tool is constantly being updated with up-to-date pricing in real time. CardHedge also has a massive catalog of cards that they have on the platform, and it's growing by the thousands every single day. My favorite thing of all is the comparator that they have, which allows you to compare different prices of the same exact card, but in different grading from different grading companies. So that's really handy whenever you're trying to decide where to send your cards off to get graded. They follow all the prices for all the top sports cards, as well as NFTs and Top Shots, if you're into that. And some more other things that they got currently in development. They're offering a 7-day trial to give you the opportunity to take it for a test drive. Click on the link below if you want to visit the website and get more details. All right, so as the title kind of talks about a little bit, is this concept of card repair. And in an era and in a time in the hobby where, everything is about grading, it's about condition, it's about, finding the best card in the best condition that you're chasing after, finding, those cards that are just absolute gem mint examples. And then also in an era where, with the emergence of all these new grading companies, the idea of authentication and idea of altered cards and, trimmed and cut cards and all this other stuff going on that, it's such a hot button topic recently, right? Just within, obviously the hobby's blown up significantly over the last 24 months. But these things have always been like, causes of concern, fraud and all this other stuff. A while back, somebody on Instagram, and I apologize if it was you that sent me this message, but they brought to my attention this Instagram account, and so we'll switch over right now. So they brought to me the attention of this Instagram account, Kurt's Card Care, at Kurt's Card Care, or kurtzcardcare.com. And basically what it says is that clean and safe card care, sprays, polishes, edge and corner repair, free of abrasives and colors and fragrances. And he sells a bunch of stuff on his website. Actually, I haven't even looked at his website. But what this is a handful of products. And I'm by no means have any affiliation or anything with Kurt's Card Care. You guys can check him out and do your research and use him as you see fit. But let me go back real quick. If I go back to his Instagram account, okay, what this person said is, hey, I really would like to get your take on all of this, right, about repairing cards and polishing and all this other stuff. So right off the bat, let me just say that I don't see anything wrong with, repairing a card, anything like that. And I liken it to cars, right? So I'm a huge car enthusiast, automotive enthusiast. And I always think about when I'm buying and selling cars, or when I'm buying cars, or when I'm, looking at cars to buy, is the Carfax, right? It's like, let me see the Carfax. Has there been an accident on it, right? And if there's been an accident, then okay, that's all right. How bad was the accident? What what was repaired? How was it repaired? Who repaired it? Is there documentation of that? Um, and I'm really looking for the type of damage to a car that can affect the form and function of the vehicle. Is there frame damage? Was there undercarriage damage? That kind of thing. And those are the types of things that I'd like to see documented and talked about, or at least explained within the history or car history, a history of that car. I don't really care if it was in like a little fender bender, right, where you could just pop the fender bender back out. I really don't care if it had maybe some dents in it that were taken out with PDR, or paintless dent removal, for those of you that are in the know. It's a process where they remove the dents from the inside, push them out without using any paint or anything like that. It's like almost magic the way they do it. So those are the types of things like I don't really care about. Did you hit a pothole one time and you broke a wheel? Okay, did you repair it? Did you replace it? Those are like kind of really small things. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about whenever I'm looking at this Kurt's Card Care Instagram. But some of the things that he's done is really amazing. I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples, and you guys can follow him on Instagram if you'd like. Look at this. This is a Tom Brady, Topps Chrome Tom Brady. I don't know. I don't think this is a rookie card, but look at this. Look at this massive dent here in the and then look at the repair. So herein comes the moral dilemma of all of this, right? Is that if you bought this card after the repair, how much do you care that it used to look like this? Right? How much do you care that it used to look like this? Because it now looks like this and it was repaired. Now, I don't know the steps that it took to make this repair, but look at that. Obviously, it's still chipped from what I can see, but that is just magic what this man is doing with these cards. Look at the after. You still see kind of a little bit of a dent, so you're probably still going to get some sort of a ding there if you were to send this off to get graded. But I mean, that before to after is magical, what this man does. If you go on his Instagram, he has a couple of videos where he, long form videos where he's actually done, like this one's 15 minutes long, where he's working on a particular card. I actually reached out to Kurt. I guess I would assume his name's Kurt. And said, hey, listen, I'm gonna do a kind of an opinion piece on my YouTube. And I asked him if he, obviously understanding how polarizing this whole concept can be to people who are in the hobby, if he would be willing to come on and talk about it. And I guess I was kind of asking him to come on, unconsciously asking him if he wanted to come on and defend what he's doing, right? Which in hindsight, I that wasn't my intention, because I don't really think he needs to defend what he's doing. But he kind of came back and said, yeah, I really rather not. I don't want to talk much about it. He's really busy with actually customer cards and actually doing videos and selling his product and stuff like that, which I totally understand. So I just so everybody knows, I did reach out to Kurt and let him know, hey, like I really, and as a matter of fact, that's kind of my opening line in the message was, hey, I really like what you're doing. This is amazing stuff. So, if you haven't already picked up on that already, I have no problem with what he's doing. Like, look at this. Scratches on the surface. I mean, you're gonna get dinged for surface, but then look at that. I mean, that is clean as it. Look at this. Scratched up, scuffed up, and then boom. Clean as a whistle. So, I mean, really interesting stuff here. And again, it's a very polarizing situation, right? It's like, is this misrepresenting the card, or is it doing no different than an Instagram model and just showing you the best angle? After she gets all dolled up, now she's a dime piece. I think it's really interesting. I mean, like, look at this. Look at all these spots right here. Before, and then you go after, and then it's just glossy. Again, I'll go back to my analogy of a car, right? if I buy a car for, you know, $1,000 because it looks kind of rough and it doesn't look the greatest, and I spend some time washing it up really good, detailing it, doing a cut and a buff on it, and I turn around and sell it for $4,000 or $5,000 because it looks immaculate and pristine, and let's say I fix a couple of little things on it and turn around and sell it for more money, is that morally wrong? I don't think so. I think what this guy did in this case did nothing more than a detailer does for dealerships. And obviously dealerships, used car dealerships, are not the most scrupulous operations, but nonetheless, the concept is the same here. They were basically just taking a car that was not in the greatest shape in the world, doing a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of elbow grease, and turning it into what could potentially be a gem mint card. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I'll jump off of this here, but I personally don't see anything wrong with that. If we're getting into a situation where, like, you're cutting the edges to get a sharper edge, or you're doing something that's, you know, misrepresenting what the card actually is, then I think that's where you start to get into some, you know, moral line stepping, I guess, if you want to call it. Let me know what you guys think. This is again kind of one of those things where I've always it's always been in the back of my mind to do the video, and you know, I'm trying to just really start talking about more hobby related stuff. But this one was really interesting. Again, this is Kurt's. I'll link the information down at the bottom if you guys want to check them out. But I don't see anything wrong with cleaning up a card before you send it off to get graded, and in hopes of getting the best possible grade for that particular card. I just don't. Let me know what you guys think. This is really interesting. I know this is probably going to be a polarizing subject, but, you know, I'm curious to see what you guys think. So let me know down in the comments. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Love y'all. Peace.